Good.
Right here.
My name is Louis Raynon. I've been here about 11 years. I worked in the private sector for 20 years before that. After I got elected, there was a comment by, I believe, Jeff Neal that the party was over for all state workers. And I kind of took that to heart at that time because I know how hard these people work here and what they get paid.
That wasn't a statement that came from me.
No, I know.
And it wasn't a statement I authorized.
All right, well, I'm getting to my story.
Don't.
But anyway, Jeff Neal made this comment which upset a lot of people. Now, here's a situation where I'm a support staff person. Our average of approximately 197 members make about $33,000 a year, okay? And in the past 3.5 years, they've been, and not only our union members here, but the professional staff and teachers, we've taken a huge hit, whether it's from co-share healthcare, raises, and so forth. So right now, what would you say to this group here, not the students, but the workers here, because we're also taxpayers? What can you say to these people that would possibly have them vote for you instead of your opponent?
Well, I mean, first of all, as I said, can't stand here, I'll never stand here and promise you something, okay? I can't do that. We went through a whole negotiation process, and where we got to was our 4433, okay? And included in that was a basis of a co-share of healthcare premiums. I know that was not, people would rather have healthcare free, I understand that. But the reality, the world out there is everybody is co-sharing some of their healthcare. We tried to do this in a fashion, because it took a long period of time, so that everybody came out ahead. We actually tiered it so that even those that were in a lower pay category, nobody lost ground in terms of implementing the co-share the first year. I think that in terms of wage increases, when you got an inflation environment at 2.5, 4433, it's not bad. I understand we're going through the adjustment. I understand people would like more, but I know that in the private sector, the wage increases are not much better than that. So this was a process, and what I would say is that the other issue that affected some of you it was the pension change, the pension reform. I do. You think it makes me feel good to talk to your own state, your own employees and associates and say, you have to do more, you have to contribute more. No, but the issue is really one of, how do we put ourselves into alignment with what's happening generally out there in the private sector. And co-shares, we're one of only 4 states in the nation where we were not co-sharing something toward the health care. And, I understand. If you don't have to, you prefer not to.
But we negotiate good faith, Governor, and then they try to put Article 4 through. That's what bothers a lot of people. That should never happen. We negotiated, we sat down, the 2 sides were there, we agreed on things, and then Article 4 comes through, and they said, what is this? Things that you couldn't get. That's what people have.
But that didn't happen.
Yes, no, because we all got together, and we went down to the State House, and we stood our ground, that's why.
Believe me, I understand. You also understand that the budget's a process. And, what I've learned, unfortunately, too late, is that, we do a budget in November that's really not a real budget. In the sense of, it's based on a November revenue estimate and all of these projections. Every year, it comes in better in May. And by the way, if the economy's growing, which it is, it will. I have to put the budget together. I had several cases this year where we put things in there and said, we're not really going to do it. Now, unfortunately, it stirs up all kinds of concern, because I know we can find the money, and I know we're going to get some money, but I have to do it based upon November. And so we go through this process, and guess what? The General Assembly doesn't do anything with the budget till what? Till after May. Till they see what the May revenue forecast is, and then now the dust settles and it's discouraging. So some of these things, unfortunately, I wish I could just put a placeholder. See, that says it's going to be better in May, so we won't do anything, just put a placeholder here, and then wait till May, and then we work it all out. Yeah.